Welcome, everybody. This is Buster here at Buster Plays, and today we're rebuilding the New York Jets. We're going to get a little crazy with this one. It's going to be super unrealistic, but it's the best way for the Jets moving forward as they've been a disaster. And as we all know, Robert Saleh has been fired. With the firing of Robert Saleh, we are bringing in Mike Vrabel. I think he's a coach that the Jets would be happy with. He brings a lot of intensity, a lot of grit. His teams play tough, they play fast, and they win games. So we're bringing Mike Vrabel in. Now let's get into it. We're going to make some changes to the roster, but you're going to be right there to see them. All right, we are jumping into week 5. We know the Jets lost to the Vikings, and their offense was a disaster. So we're going to make some changes to what I believe is the biggest problem with this team. So one of the biggest issues, I believe, with the offense is Aaron Rodgers. As a Green Bay fan, I got to watch him the last year in Green Bay, and he just, it was like from MVP to that, it was just such a drastic change. And people can tell me whatever they want to tell me about getting Davante Adams turning this team around. Davante's not going to turn this team around. We've seen Aaron Rodgers, Davante, with an all-pro running back, with Allen Lazard, a decent tight end, and a mediocre O-line. We watched that for like fucking 8 years in Green Bay. It's not going to change anything here. So Jets fans, don't get your hopes up. We're going to do something a lot different. We're selling everybody. All right, we are moving Mike Williams to the Steelers for a second, a fourth, and a seventh, acquiring draft picks. That's going to be the best way to build this team moving forward. So, bye-bye Mike Williams. The Steelers get another receiver. This is going to be the one that's going to piss off the most people. Aaron Rodgers is gone. Woody Johnson has come to his senses and realized that Aaron Rodgers is, in fact, the problem. He's not the savior the Jets needed or wanted. He is getting traded, and there is one desperate franchise that is crazy enough to make this trade happen, and it's the New York Jets. Now, here's the thing. We're not going to take a first-rounder from them because they're not going to give a first-rounder. But with the cap room they have, I think a second and a future third is fitting, and I think they take it. They do. We just get a little bit, but again, no matter how valuable you think Aaron Rodgers is to the New York Jets, he has hindered them. He has been no better than Zach Wilson was. So let's just get past it. Get a second and a future third from the Browns. They needed a quarterback. Now, the rest of the offense is probably going to stay. Now, before we jump, we have some renegotiations to do. First off, we have DJ Reed Jr. He is a player that we do want to keep around. He's 27 and 87 overall star dev. Actually, if I could keep him for 3, that'll put him right at 30. We'll keep him around. Now, Hassan Reddick, I was looking to trade, but I'm not going to be able to trade him. And I don't think I'm going to re-sign him because he's 29. I wonder if I can get him for a 2-year. That's a lot of money to pay a guy that's just going to regress. Yeah, we're not even going to worry about paying Hassan Reddick or Tyron Smith, as we will probably look to replace him. Tyler Conklin can go. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really worried about keeping any of these guys around, to be honest. Maybe Javon Kinlaw, depending on how he develops. But other than that, man, all these guys can stay. So we're going to get to the playoffs. I'm going to stop along the way, do some scouting. Unless anything important pops up, I'll see you at the playoffs. All right, we're at the midseason. We're currently 4-3. I don't know why we're playing so good. Let's take a look at these stats and see what we got to do. Or why. Well, it's not because of Tyrod Taylor. He's been playing terribly. 724 yards, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Brees Hall doing decently, 344, 5 touchdowns. Receiving, Alan Lazard leading the way with 430 and 6 touchdowns. Conklin right behind him. Garrett Wilson not really doing too hot. We've only given up 5 sacks. It's actually kind of incredible. Quincy Williams leading the team in tackles. Will McDonald in tackles for loss, and Will McDonald's in sacks. Solomon Thomas right behind him with 4. Quinnen Williams with 3. And only 2 interceptions. 1 for Isaiah Oliver and 1 for Brandon Eccles. Yeah, we're going to keep trucking to the playoffs, so we will see you there. All right, I don't know why we're winning games at the rate we are. This is our offense. We're 10-7. We make the playoffs. It's just, I don't know how we're winning. Defensively, again, we look good. We have a good defense. We need a left outside linebacker. Probably going to have to replace Tony Adams. We'll see if he gets a dev trait. Chuck Clark is leaving. We have a lot of people we need to draft this year, so we're going to have to be on top of things. Now let's check out the stats and see why we won games. All right, Tyrod Taylor, 2,600 yards, 20 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. That's not terrible. Brees Hall didn't even break 1,000 yards, but did have 15 touchdowns. Receiving, Alan Lazard, 897, 8 touchdowns. Garrett Wilson, 686 and 5. Xavier Gibson, 522 and 6 touchdowns. Not great. Didn't give up a lot of sacks, though. It's not the case in real life. Quincy Williams leading the team in tackles. Will McDonald in tackles for loss, and Will McDonald in sacks as he did break or get 10. 9.5 for Quincy Williams and 6 for Solomon Thomas. 4.5 for Javon Kinlaw and 3 for Tack McKinley. I mean, a bunch of people with 1 interception. 2 for Tony Adams, 1 for Sauce, 1 for Chuck Clark, 1 for Isaiah Oliver, Even Quincy Williams with 1. Any pick sixes? I mean, that many interceptions. Not a single pick six. That's awesome. Please let me lose to the Bills in the wild card. Okay, yeah, we get blown out. That's what should have been happening all season long. Tyrod Taylor, 96 yards, 2 touchdowns. Brees Hall with 43 yards and 0 touchdowns. We didn't have any receiving. Oh, I don't know why. We didn't have any receiving touchdowns. 23 yards out of Alan Lazard. We didn't move the ball at all. Defensively, C.J. Mosley leading the team in tackles. A sack from Javon Kinlaw. No interceptions. So that wraps up year 1. We don't have much money. All right, the yearly awards ahead of the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes winning MVP. Coach of the Year going to Andy Reid. Offensive Player of the Year, nobody on the list. Defensive Player of the Year, nobody on the list. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Braylon Allen at 10 for whatever reason. Defensive Rookie of the Year, nobody on the list. Best quarterback, Tyrod Taylor at 9 is crazy. Above Aaron Rodgers. Best running back, Brees Hall is at 5. Best wide receiver, nobody on the list. Best offensive lineman, Elijah Vera Tucker is at 8. Best defensive lineman, Will McDonald and Quinnen Williams at 6 and 8. Best linebacker, nobody on the list. Best DB, nobody on the list. Best kicker, Greg Zuerlein at 10. A San Fran Chiefs Super Bowl, which a lot of people thought was going to be the Super Bowl this year. But San Fran's not looking too great. Let's see who wins. And the Kansas City Chiefs get the 1-point win. Jaden Daniels winning Rookie of the Year. That's the first time I've seen that. And Dallas Turner winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. Let's see who we need to re-sign. We will accept Sauce's option. Same with Garrett Wilson. Hassan Reddick can go. Jermaine Johnson, we will accept his option. I forgot. Tyron Smith, just because we can't quite replace left tackle yet. Okay, well, I'll re-sign you in the free agency. Tyler Conklin can go. Tony Adams can go. Ashton Davis, yada, 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 yada. All these other guys can go. Yeah. Well, we're gonna replace him in the free agency. I don't know if we'll re-sign him because we really would like to see. Olu lost his dev trait because he didn't play, and I just hate that. All right, we're giving him his dev trait back. He deserves it. The rest of the team, what dev traits do we get? Everybody stays the same defensively. Oh, CJ Mosley lost his. Time to start looking for another middle linebacker. How are you still hurt? How long have you been out? You tore your Achilles? He was out forever. 9 weeks. Hopefully he's back by the beginning of next season. We could use a defensive tackle. We really need to focus safety. Some linebacker help would be good. But my main focus this draft is going to be the offense. We obviously need a quarterback. We're going to have to find a left tackle. I'm going to look in, or a right tackle. I'm going to try to find one in the free agency along with a tight end. All right, this is who we're targeting in the free agency. Tyron Smith, Justin Reed, Tony Adams again, and Devin Bush is just kind of a backup if we don't get a left outside in the draft. Let's see who we get. We got Tony Adams and Devin Bush. We lost out on everybody else. All right, round 2, David Bakhtiari and Marquise Bell. Is David Bakhtiari going to go back to Green Bay? We got neither one of them? We're going to go ahead and get ready for the draft. We will see you there. I'm going to knock out some scouting, put together a board, and we're going to try to turn this team around. All right, we are at the draft, and boy, do we have some finagling to do. We got to get up to 7 and not get rid of the pick we have. Let's try to see if we can do it. All right, we're getting up a lot of picks, but we're moving up. That's what we need, all the way from 22 to 7. Let's get to 7 and get our quarterback. All right, Teddy Howard is the pick here. He just looks really good. Ranked at 22, we got him at 7, but oh, he's only normal dev. Well, hopefully with a rookie of the year, he can get better. That's a tough look. Now we've got to get to pick 21, and that's it. Our left guard of first next year and a third 2 years from now to move back up into the first round. Let's get to that pick. All the tackles are gone, so we're going to go safety. Walter McCauley. He's a round 1 talent. What is he ranked? 14. Got him at 21. Hidden dev. Helping the defense out a little bit there. That wasn't worth it. Our left tackle, or our right tackle, Dayon Thomas, got taken at 19. Let's get to the second round and see what options we have. All right, maybe there is still a right tackle here. There is Roy Bradley. We looked at him. He doesn't look terrible. We just need somebody. We need a body in place. Ranked at 92. Oh, but he is hidden dev, so I will take it. This is an important one. We have to get this left guard. We just traded ours away. He's a round 1 to 2 talent. He looks phenomenal. Charles Bernard, ranked at 34, got him at 52. Hidden dev player. I believe the number 1 tight end is still here, and he is. Cornell Sellers. He looks good enough. We need a tight end terribly, so we're taking him. Ranked at 45, got him at 54, and a hidden dev. Okay, so that's a plus. We got a hidden dev tight end. This offense is coming along pretty nicely. To the third round, pick 22, or well, I guess pick 86. We also have pick 92. All right, this is going to be the pick. Chris Chamberlain, he's a defensive tackle. We need some, so we're bringing him in. I don't know how good he is. Not good at all. Wow. Javier Waters, he doesn't look great, but a lot of elites here. We're just going to go ahead and take him. 102 got him at 92. That's not bad. And hidden dev. Look at this. 99 excel, 98 agility, 99 change of direction, 89 jumping, 99 speed. This dude's insane. All right, draft recap time. Let's take a look at the players we brought in. Teddy Howard, a 75 overall. He is a normal dev, but hopefully with a good enough season and a rookie of the year, he can go up in dev. Walter McCauley, a 75 overall, hidden dev, strong safety, position of need. The dude looks incredible. Roy Bradley, right tackle, hidden dev. Charles Bernard, a hidden dev, left guard. Cornell Sellers, a hidden dev, tight end. And then a bunch of backup pieces. Well, 3 backup pieces here, except for the amazing talent of Javier Waters, who hopefully will be the best receiver in the league at like 5'9", whatever. But with 99 speed, 98 agility, and just all the high 90 overall stats that he has, he'll be electric. And then a kicker and a punter. I'm going to plug these guys into the lineup. We'll see y'all week 1 of year 2 to take a look at this lineup. All right, we are at week 1. This is what the lineup is looking like. Of course, we moved Javier Waters up in the lineup just because with that speed, he needs to be on the field. Of course, we have Teddy Howard, starting quarterback at a 75 overall. Bernard at a 75. Bradley at a 71. Sellers at a 74. Hopefully, these players will grow and get better. Defensively, McCauley at the strong safety spot. The rest of the defense doesn't look bad. We could definitely use another defensive tackle as Chamberlain, unless he plays out of this world. It's just not going to cut it. Now let's get into the season. I'm going to stop at week 3, do some scouting work, but we will see y'all at the midseason. All right, we are at the midseason, and we have some re-signings to do. First is Breece Hall. We do want to keep him around. He's 24. We'll keep him around for 4 years to 30 and probably finish out the rebuild with him. AVT, another player that can stay for the length of the rebuild. He is a good guard. And then Quincy Williams, if we can sign to a 2-year deal, I will be perfectly happy. He wants a bigger deal. We might not give it to him. The rest of everybody else we're not going to worry about for right now. We're currently 3-4. We started off the year really, really hot. We won the first 2 games. And then went on a little bit of a slide, but the first 2 games were against good teams, so it was just weird. But let's take a look at our stats. Teddy Howard, 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Not terrible, but I don't think in line for a rookie of the year. Rushing, Breece Hall, 433, 4 touchdowns. Teddy Howard with 4 touchdowns as well. Receiving, Garrett Wilson, 435 and 2 touchdowns. Cornell Sellers, the rookie, with 301 and 1. Javier Waters, the rookie, with 193 and 2. And Alan Lazard with 187 and 1. Apparently, Jeremy Ruckert on 7 receptions has 3 touchdowns. Defensively, CJ Mosley leading the way in tackles. Quinnen Williams in tackles for a loss, and Quinnen Williams in sacks. Michael Clements behind him, not getting a lot of pressure, and only 1 interception from Michael Carter II. All right, Bernard and Bradley were both star dev, but Javier Waters was the superstar. We saw it coming. We knew it was going to happen. Titus Howard, of course, the normal dev. Oh, Sellers was also star. Howard, the normal dev, but he's slowly developing. He keeps up. Maybe, again, rookie of the year, get a dev trait, and we'll be able to roll. McCauley, also a star dev player. Those were the only developmental traits we had on the team, or hidden dev players we had on the team, per se. Hopefully, things continue to work out in the good, and our team continues to develop. We're going to get to the end of the year. I'm going to stop along the way, do some scouting stuff, but we will see you at playoff time. Now, with a better quarterback last year, or a worse quarterback last year, we won more games and went to the playoffs. That's how you know Madden is rigged. But we did finish 8-9. Let's take a look at the team and see if maybe we have a hope of Rookie of the Year. I doubt it. 3,400 yards, 20 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Does not look good. 973 and 10 from Brees Hall. With 10 rushing touchdowns, though, 30 total touchdowns, there's a chance. Receiving, Garrett Wilson, 836 and 4 touchdowns. Cornell Sellers, 8 and 5 touchdowns. Alan Lazard with some. Javier Waters, 408 and 3 touchdowns. Probably kept getting replaced. Fashanu gave up 15 sacks. That's incredible. CJ Mosley leading the way with 138 tackles. Quinnen Williams in TFLs and Quinnen Williams in sacks with Jermaine Johnson with 4 and Will McDonald with 4. So not getting a lot of pressure off the edges. Walter McCauley, the rookie, with 3 interceptions. 2 from CJ Mosley, 1 from Quincy Williams, DJ Reed, Michael Carter, Sauce, and Tony Adams, all with 1 of their own. We're going to go ahead and get to the Super Bowl. We will see you there. Cross your fingers for a Rookie of the Year. Patrick Mahomes winning the MVP. Coach of the Year, we're not even on the list. Offensive Player of the Year, nobody on the list. Defensive Player of the Year, Quinnen Williams at 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year does go to Teddy Howard. That's exactly what we wanted, a guaranteed dev trait. Cornell Sellers at 3. I thought he was going to win it. Waters at 8. Defensive Rookie of the Year, McCauley is at 3. Best quarterback, not on the list. Best running back, Brees Hall at 6. There's no way that happens. Najee Harris, give me a break. Best wide receiver, not on the list. Best offensive lineman, Elijah Vera Tucker at 7. Best defensive lineman, Quinnen Williams at 7. Best linebacker, CJ Mosley at 9. Best defensive back, nobody on the list. Best kicker, Buckley at 7. So with the dev trait of the rookie, we're in a good spot. Let's see who wins this Texans Seattle Super Bowl. And the winner is the Houston Texans. I guess a pick 6 was thrown because a free safety got the Super Bowl MVP. Now, the Saints quarterback also winning, Tucker Katz also winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. Kenny Clark, Defensive Player of the Year. That's something. Let's take a look at our dev traits and see what's popping. Teddy Howard getting the star dev. Sellers, I thought he would have gone up on his own, but he didn't. There's no way he regresses all the way down. I'm changing this. Y'all can get mad if you want to. I don't care. When you bench a player, not me, the computer auto benches a player week in and week out. They should not lose their dev trait. I don't care that Malachi Corley's there. I will cut every other receiver on this roster. I do not care. Now, the offensive line is developing nicely. I wish Bernard would have developed a little bit more. He started as a 75. And even Bradley, he gave up like 5 sacks. Was it Fashanu? He gave up 15. And he's a superstar dev, 80 overall. Now, defensively, Quinnen Williams goes up to superstar X Factor. That's awesome. CJ Mosley continues to regress. I was hoping McCauley would have gone up with his 3 picks. I mean, as a rookie. But he's developing nicely. The team's in a great spot. I mean, as superstar dev should have developed more than 2 overall points throughout the entire course of a season. But don't get me started on how this game should work. All right, we're going to get to the re-sign period. We'll stop if we re-sign anybody. If not, we'll see you at the free agency. All right, this is who we're targeting in the free agency. We're trying to rebuild this linebacker course. You have Leo Chenal, Odafe Owe, and Ivan Pace. All players that I think are accessible. If we don't get Odafe Owe, it's not the biggest deal. We will go all out and try to get a right outside linebacker in this draft. And Devontae Wyatt just as a second string defensive tackle. And Chuck Clark because we need a backup safety. He's not going to get paid a lot, but we got to have somebody there. Let's see who we get. And we do get Leo Chenal. We do get Ivan Pace, Devontae Wyatt, and Chuck Clark. We just have to go after a right outside linebacker in the draft. That is not a problem at all. All right, we're at the draft. We have to do some trading. We got to go up to pick 18, trade with the Indianapolis Colts. Let's see if we can make it happen. All right, we're giving up Devin Bush a first in 2028, a second next year, 2 sixths, and a 7th this year to move up to 18 to get the player we want. So let's get to 18. I pray to God he's still there. If he's not here and I trusted the draft, I'm going to be... Oh, nope, he's here. Tim McNeil, he's a power rusher, 3 A's. He looks really good. Welcome to the New York Jets, ranked at 22, got him at 18, and he's normal dev. I will shoot myself now. We're going to go to the beginning of the next round. There's a receiver that I want and have to have. You know what? We're going to overpay. It's a player I really want. I don't care. We're going to trade you a first in the future. Just give me the pick. It's 33. Hopefully we're late picks anyway. I'm just trying to build the team now and worry about the rest later. Now, Aaron Mitchell, welcome to the New York Jets. He was ranked at 30. A hidden dev, 6'4" playmaker. Not the fastest, but a playmaker at that. Now, we're just going to go to our next pick. I probably won't show the rest of this unless I pick somebody insane. All right, we got Tim McNeil, a 75 overall. He is normal dev, but you just got to hope for Rookie of the Year. And then Aaron Mitchell, a hidden dev, 74 overall wide receiver. He'll probably be wide receiver 2 already. And then we whiffed on a bunch of picks, but who cares? I'm going to get these guys plugged in. We'll see you at the beginning of, well, technically year 3, and take a look at the team, see what it's looking like. All right, this is the lineup going into year 3. Of course, we have Aaron Mitchell, Javier Waters, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Teddy Howard, the new face of the franchise. Second year tight end, already at a 79. The second year left guard, and the second year right tackle. Defensively, we have a really good corner group. We have 2 good edge rushers. Quinnen Williams, we added Devontae Wyatt as a second defensive tackle. Ivan Pace as a middle linebacker. Leo Chenal, we added. Tim McNeil, the rookie, playing up to a 76. Tony Adams at free safety. McCauley at strong safety, the second year player. This team's in a really good spot. We're at 85 overall currently. We've given up a lot via the draft, but we got a rookie quarterback, so we can make some free agency signings. Now, we're going to go ahead and get to the midseason, see how the team's performing, see if we need to make any changes. All right, we're at the midseason. We have some re-signings to do, and obviously we are going to re-sign Sauce Gardner. He stays around. Garrett Wilson. I'm not super high on Garrett Wilson, but he is a good wide receiver 1. He's going to stay around. Joe Tippmann, you can stay. Jermaine Johnson. You know what? We're not even going to give you that. You can stay. Will McDonald can stay if he takes this. It's a great deal. He's just not ready. Then it sounds like you don't want to be here. We'll work on Will Johnson. Everybody else, we have Olu Fashanu's 5th-year option. I wish you could just hit the back button and it. I don't like that it puts him all the way back. Oh, we can't accept it yet. We'll have to do that later, but we will accept his 5th-year option. He's only 23, so we'll accept that. We're 2-5. It's not looking great for us. I don't know what's happened. Last year we were 8-9. We got better, and for some reason, our quarterback's playing terrible. Gonna need to change the playbooks. Brees Hall, 426, 5 touchdowns. Garrett Wilson with 380 and a touchdown. Aaron Mitchell, 320 and 3 touchdowns. Not giving up a lot of sacks. Defensively, Leo Chenal leading the way in tackles, as we would hope. Devontae Wyatt in tackles for loss. Quinnen Williams in sacks. Only 3 interceptions. 1 for Leo Chenal, 1 for Ivan Pace, and 1 for Sauce Gardner. All right, we changed to Kansas City's playbooks. Just Madden, like even if you have a good team, a playbook can ruin it. This is the best overall team we've had, the best quarterback, everything, and now we're 2-5. Literally year 1, we went 10-7 with Tyrod Taylor, who was a 68 overall. We're gonna get to the playoffs. We will see you there. All right, I'm disgusted with how this team ended. We don't make the playoffs. Teddy Howard, though, 4,100 yards, almost 4,200, 29 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. Brees Hall, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. I believe his first year breaking 1,000 yards. Teddy Howard with 5 of his own receiving. Aaron Mitchell, 1,109 touchdowns. Garrett Wilson, 1,005. Cornell Sellers, 8-4. Yeah, Javier Waters, almost 6-5, and Brees Hall even with 5 receiving touchdowns of his own. Gave up a pile of sacks. What do you do about it? Defensively, Ivan Pace leading the way in tackles. Quinnen Williams in TFLs. Quinnen Williams in sacks with 9. Jermaine Johnson with 6.5. Tim McNeil with 2.5. That's not a good look. Sauce Gardner with 5 interceptions. Ivan Pace with 2. Leo Chenal with 1. And Walter McCauley with 1. Not a lot of interceptions. You hate to see it. All right, we finished 7-10. We do not make the playoffs. We're actually bottom of the AFC East, which is a tough look. Let's get to the Super Bowl. All right, Patrick Mahomes, of course, winning the MVP. Coach of the Year going to Zach Taylor. We are not on the list. Offensive Player of the Year, not on the list. Defensive Player of the Year, not on the list. Offensive Rookie goes to Aaron Mitchell. Back-to-back Offensive Rookie of the Year awards is nice. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Tim McNeil is at 8. Best Quarterback, not on the list. Best Running Back, Brees Hall at 3. Best Wide Receiver, not on the list. Best Offensive Lineman, not on the list. Best Defensive Lineman, Quinnen Williams at 6. Best Linebacker, not on the list. Best Defensive Back, Sauce Gardner at 7. Best Kicker, Buckley at 7. Let's see who wins this Vikings-Bengals Super Bowl. And the Bengals blow the Vikings out of the water. Joe Burrow is your Super Bowl MVP. Let's take a look at our dev traits, see if we had any regression or progression. Teddy Howard playing up to a 88 overall. Nobody moved on offense. Even Aaron Mitchell, did he get it and lose it? He did. See, why is that? Why did he get it and lose it? I'm giving him a superstar dev trait. All right, so Aaron Mitchell got a dev trait for Rookie of the Year and then lost it even though he had 1,100 yards and I think he had 10 plus touchdowns. So it just didn't make sense for him to lose it. So I gave it back. Again, be mad if you want. The offensive line progressing nicely. Bernard's up to an 80. Bradley up to a 77. Fashanu with a superstar dev has not been progressing really well. But hopefully this year the offense is kicking and putting up points. Defensively, Ivan Pace gets a dev trait. That is a nice get. Tony Adams starting to regress. We need to target free safety. And we need a defensive tackle. Now, I don't think the draft is the place to target these players, so I'm going to look in the free agency. Olu is getting the option accepted. Tony Adams can walk, and I believe the rest of everybody else can walk. We don't really need anybody. All right, the only person we're going after is Aiden Hutchinson. He's the only one in the free agency worth it, and he's a 99 overall, so whatever. Do we get him? We do. Welcome Aiden Hutchinson. We're going to trade somebody for a free safety or a draft pick, one of our right ends or our right end, because we have Aiden Hutchinson now. We paid him an absurd amount of money. Now, let's get to the draft. We will see you there. All right, we're trading Will McDonald, a 4th and a 7th, for a second rounder from the Jets. It will put us higher up in the draft. We'll be able to get a safety out of it. All right, we are in the draft. There's only one player we're concerned about here. We are going to go to the beginning of the second round. He's a projected 2 to 3 guy. We have picked 48, and what we're going to do is we're going to trade up with the Saints. We're going to get pick 1. We're going to pick our guy and then get out of here. All right, we're trading us our 2nd this year, 3rd next year, and a 5th this year to move up to pick 1. We want Joseph Walton. He's a round 1 talent. Welcome to the New York Jets. Ranked at 6, got him at 33. Normal dev. Ranked at 6? Normal dev? You got to be kidding me, man. All right, the draft recap. We're only worried about one player. Joseph Walton, he's a 77 overall, so he is an upgrade from last year. We had 3 draft picks in that draft. This is the most Rams-esque team you could think of. Now, I did say it was going to be unrealistic. We're going to go ahead and get to the beginning of year 4. Take a look at the team. I'm going to plug these rookies in, the one that's actually worth plugging in anyway. And we'll see at the beginning of year 4. All right, we're at the beginning of year 4. This is what the team's looking like. The offense looks really good. You got Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Aaron Mitchell, Javier Waters, Teddy Howard at the quarterback spot. Sellers, Bradley, and Bernard are all people we brought in. AVT and Tippmann playing well along with, Fashanu hasn't played well. He was hurt at the back end of last year in this rebuild anyway. Hopefully he performs better as a superstar dev. Defensively, we added Aiden Hutchinson to this team. The linebacker core is looking pretty decent with Leo Chenal and Ivan Pace, a rookie free safety in Walton, a second-year player in McCauley. The team looks good. I feel good about it. We got Sauce. We got DJ Reed Jr., Michael Carter the second, Jermaine Johnson the second, Quentin Williams, Devontae Wyatt. There's superstars everywhere and people that make plays. I think Devontae Wyatt has had a fairly decent year. He got hurt. Week 1, he looked really good. I think as soon as he comes back, he's going to be really good this year in real life anyway. I feel really good about this team. Why we didn't make the playoffs last year was just turnovers. We're going to get to the midseason, see how this team is performing, and see what changes we need to make. All right, we're at the midseason, and Teddy Howard is having a fantastic year. 1,700 yards, 15 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Breece Hall, 396 and 2 touchdowns. Howard with 5 of his own, receiving. Aaron Mitchell leading the way, 523 and 6 touchdowns. Sellers with 419 and 2. Waters with 367 and 2, and Garrett Wilson with 323 and 2. Breece Hall also has 3 receiving touchdowns. Defensively, Ivan Pace leading the team in tackles. Quentin Williams in tackles for loss, and Aiden Hutchinson in sacks. Don't have a lot of sacks, though, and we have 0 interceptions. That's tough. Now, we didn't have any offensive depth traits, but I want to take a look at how good this team is performing, and we look fantastic. Defensively, I don't think we had any depth traits at all. Why did it do that? It moved Aiden Hutchinson out of left end, which he is, to right end over Jermaine Johnson for some reason. The team looks really good. I have no complaints. We're 5-1 at the midseason and 89 overall. Let's see if we can keep it rolling. I messed up and did some contract negotiations. I can't remember who I signed. I want to say it was Quinnen Williams and one other person. Can't remember who it was, but they're still on the team, so it doesn't matter. We're going to get to the playoffs. We will see you there. This is what the Jets have been waiting for. Teddy Howard, 47 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 4,700 yards. Breece Hall, 909, 5 touchdowns. Howard with 7 rushing touchdowns. Braylon Allen with 7 rushing touchdowns. Receiving 3,000 yarders. Cornell Sellers, 1,109 touchdowns. Aaron Mitchell, 1,114 touchdowns. Garrett Wilson, 1,111 touchdowns. Even Javier Water with 8 and Breece Hall still with 3. Is this dude's name Yankoff? That's incredible. That's a Hall of Fame name. Colson Yankoff, 1 touchdown. Give up a pile of sacks for Fashanu. Ivan Pace leading the team in tackles once again. Aiden Hutchinson in TFLs and Aiden Hutchinson in sacks with 10. 9.5 from Devontae Wyatt. Maybe a star dev. Quinnen Williams with 6. Jermaine Johnson with 4, as he's been bad. Ivan Pace, 3 interceptions. DJ Reed Jr. with 3. Sauce Gardner with 2. Michael Carter with 2. And Leo Chenal with 1 of his own. Now we finished the year 14-3. We are the 1 seed in the playoffs. Our second time making the playoffs. Let's get to the divisional round. We're 91 overall. We will hop in and we are going to see if we can get a win against whoever we play. All right, let's hop into this divisional round game against the Houston Texans. They have X factors. So do we. Let's see if we can beat them. All right, we are going to the end of the game. Let's see what happens. As Houston is on the board first, but we do answer back. Can our defense keep up? It is 14-10, 21-10, 21-17. As they do have the ball. 24-21, 28-24. Let's see if we can... Oh, we got to make a stop. 3rd and 4. I do not like this. I don't like the defense we're in either. Get him for the sack. Jermaine Johnson takes him down for the sack. All right. We get to drive with Teddy Howard. Braylon Allen's in for whatever reason. I don't know why. We're going to hit Garrett Wilson. You've got to be kidding me. He's going to fumble it right there? All right, we got to tie the game. Garrett Wilson fumbles right there, huh? That's tough. I almost throw a pick because Garrett Wilson can't get to it in time. We can actually win it by a point here if we play it right. Why is Braylon Allen in? This game, man, I'm telling you, this game. Progressive fatigue probably got the best of Breece Hall, even though it's cut off. But Braylon Allen is going to get the first down and out of bounds. All right, we're going to keep rolling. Let's see if we can get some... Man, we got hit there. Keep the clock rolling. We want to score with as little time left as we can. Just throw it away. Okay. Clock's not rolling there. I do not like this playbook. Get the first, get out of bounds. Stop the clock. Let us gather ourselves. We need a point, but we need to take more time off. We cannot give this team time to score. Garrett Wilson having to fumble the ball there was just too much. It was way too much. All right, keep going. If I could score with 3 seconds on the clock, I would. But I just don't trust. I do not trust the team. We're going to keep running these drags. I'm going to hit yank off here. Elite Madden name, yank off. There we go. I don't care that it didn't. I got yank off a reception in a divisional round playoff game. 30 seconds. They have all 3 timeouts though, so we're gonna let it. We're gonna let this boil down. We have 1 timeout. I want to get. I mean, kind of well below under 20 seconds. I kind of want to get to the 10-second mark. Yeah, we're calling a timeout here. 6 seconds left. Man, that's a bummer that happened, huh? These goal line plays never work out. I have yet to see one work out. And we're going to get it in the end zone with zeros on the clock. We get a field goal to tie it, or to take the lead. Oh, the Spider-Man celebration there from the meme. And we win by a point. That was a close one. All right, we had a 1-point win over the Houston Texans. Teddy Howard, 362, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Braylon Allen, I guess Breece Hall not getting any touches. Receiving, Cornell Sellers leading the way with 129. Garrett Wilson with 94 and a touchdown, and Aaron Mitchell with 91 and a touchdown. Defensively, DJ Reed leading the way in tackles. Jermaine Johnson with the sole TFL and the sole sack. And 1 interception from Sauce Gardner. Now, let's get to the AFC Championship. Looking like we have to try to take down the mighty Kansas City Chiefs. Let's hop in, see if we can take them down. We have the home field advantage here in MetLife. So let's go to the end of the game and see if it makes a difference. A bit of a defensive battle, but we are on the board. 21-0 score. Pretty fast there. 21-7, 28-7, 28-14. Can we keep it up? 31-14. That should do it. 38-14. That'll wrap it up as the New York Jets are headed to the Super Bowl. And Teddy Howard, 299 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, only 1 sack rushing. Braylon Allen leading the way, 119 and a touchdown. Receiving, Aaron Mitchell, 95 yards and a touchdown. Garrett Wilson, 94 and a touchdown. Braylon Allen, 59 and a touchdown. And even Malachi Corley getting a touchdown. Defensively, Walter McCauley with the lead in tackles. Aiden Hutchinson in TFLs. Quinnen Williams in sacks. Aiden Hutchinson and Devontae both with one of their own. And Joseph Walton leading the way in interceptions with 2, 1 for Ivan Pace and 1 for Leo Chenal. Now to get to the Super Bowl, see who we're going to have to play. The Minnesota Vikings. It does look like we're a better team, though. Let's take a look at the yearly awards before we hop in. Teddy Howard, second for MVP voting. Coach of the Year going to Mr. Mike Vrabel. Us Jets at a 14-3 record. Teddy Howard, Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, Aiden Hutchinson at 9. Offensive Rookie, not on the list. Defensive Rookie, Joe Walton at 10. Best Quarterback, Teddy Howard at 2. Best Running Back, Breece Hall at 9. Best Receiver, Aaron Mitchell at 6. Best Offensive Lineman, AVT at 9. Best Defensive Lineman, Aiden Hutchinson at 7. Best Linebacker, we are not on the list. And Best DB, DJ Reed Jr. at 9. And Best Kicker, not on the list. Gonna take a look at our dev traits before we hop into this Super Bowl and see what kind of bumps we got. All right, Teddy Howard up to a superstar dev. Aaron Mitchell is a superstar dev. Cordell Sellers is a superstar dev now. Defensively, did we get any? I don't think we got any. I think this is where everybody was, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, let's hop in. Let's take care of the Minnesota Vikings. We're going to the end of the game. Hopefully we don't have to hop in. Minnesota is on the board first, but we answer back with 3. Can we get on the board again? 14-3, 14-10, 21-10. We got to get on the board. All right, we're going to jump in here just on the offense. See if we can put up some points and try to get back into this one. Oh, that was... way early. We need a score, a stop on defense, and another score. As we're going to hit Sellers. He's going to walk into the end zone. We might need... Well, it doesn't matter if we can't get a stop on defense, huh? Javier Waters on the outside. I'm going to see if he can just burn. Oh, he does. It comes in handy, I guess. And we missed. Is he going to burn again? That was not who I wanted to throw the ball to, but I guess I didn't know the... He's just so fast, it should be illegal. It's not going to matter. We're going to lose this Super Bowl anyway. The Minnesota Vikings do get the best of us. We just could not stop their offense. All right, Teddy Howard, 2 interceptions, 4 touchdowns, 359 yards. I mean, even though we went in and pretty much just threw the ball as far as we could. Braylon Allen only with 10 rushing yards. Receiving, Javier Waters, those numbers are inflated because of us hopping in. But everybody else, not terrible. Defensively, Michael Carter leading the way in tackles. Aiden Hutchinson with 3 TFLs. Jermaine Johnson with 3 TFLs. Quentin Williams with 2. Only 1 sack from Devontae Wyatt and no interceptions. Weird Super Bowl, I guess, but we're going into year 5, so hopefully we can make our way back and get the win. All right, J.J. McCarthy won the Super Bowl MVP. Of course, we knew the rest of the award winners. Let's check our dev traits again, see if we lost any. We didn't on the offensive side. Teddy Howard playing up to a 98 is awesome. Defensively, we did not lose or gain anything. So we're still at the same. Ivan Pace is really developing nicely. Tim McNeil not doing bad himself. Let's get to the re-sign period, see if we can re-sign anybody, and then move to the free agency. We have $7 million. I don't know that we can re-sign anybody. The one person I think I would try to re-sign would be Michael Carter, but he's 30, so he's just going to regress. Now, let's get... Oh, we got to fill staff. Who did we lose? We're going to hire Sammy Rios. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get anybody. We have $7 million. We're just going to get to the draft, so we will see you there. All right, we don't have a pick till pick 231. I kind of want to trade up into the 20s, so we're going to see if we can trade up with the Bears. All right, we're giving up literally a bunch of picks. It doesn't matter. We're getting a first. It's our last year in this, and we know who we need. Will Carmichael, a top 5 talent at corner to replace Michael Carter. Welcome to the Jets. Ranked at 5, got him at 21, and he's a hidden dev. I was really expecting a normal there. That's cool. All right, to our next pick. You know what? We're far enough back. This guy's just the only reason I'm drafting him. He's 6'4" and 374 pounds with elite strength and great agility. Ranked at 88, got him at 63. He's hidden dev. All right, draft recap. Will Carmichael is a 77 overall. Austin Flowers was 71, but hidden dev. And then we got 3 players that they're just going to be bench players. Plain and simple. We're going to get those guys plugged in. We'll see you at the beginning of year 5 to take a look at this team. All right, this is the team before we get into year 5. Of course, the offensive line is in a really good spot. You got Cordell Sellers here, the tight end 1, Teddy Howard. Breece Hall is hurt. Garrett Wilson, Javier Waters, and Aaron Mitchell all on the offense. Defensively, we added Aiden Hutchinson, Quinnen Williams, Jermaine Johnson, Sauce Gardner, Ivan Pace, and Leo Chenal, 2 pieces we added. And then the rest are kind of players the Jets drafted and people we drafted. McCauley, Walton, Tim McNeil, Will Carmichael, the rookie, Flowers. I think this is going to be a really good team. It's a 90 overall. So let's get into the year. We'll see you at the midseason. All right, we're at the midseason, and this is how the team's playing. Teddy Howard, 1,800 yards, 17 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. Breece Hall, only 181 yards and a touchdown. Of course, he just came back in week 5. Courtney Spiller was our starting running back for a good bit of the year, and he's got 5 rushing touchdowns. Receiving, Garrett Wilson, 490 and 6 touchdowns. Aaron Mitchell, 433 and 3. Javier Waters, 362 and 3. And I've been calling him Cornell Sellers, 232 and 4. Defensively, Leo Chenal leading the way in tackles. Quinnen Williams in tackles for loss. And Quinnen Williams in sacks with 6. Aiden Hutchinson with 4. And interceptions, Walter McCauley with 3, DJ Reed Jr. with 1, and Ivan Pace with 1. All right, we are 5-2, so we are winning games. I'm not going to worry about renegotiating with players or the scouting focuses. Let's get to the playoffs. Let's see if we make it. All right, we're at the end of the year, and Teddy Howard had an incredible year. 4,800 yards, 50 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. Rushing, Breece Hall, 914 and 7 after missing 5 weeks. That's pretty good. Teddy Howard with 4 rushing touchdowns. Courtney Spiller ended up getting another one. Receiving, Aaron Mitchell, 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns. Javier Waters, 1,008. Garrett Wilson, 1,012. Cornell Sellers, 8 and 12. A lot of receiving touchdowns this year. Defensively, Ivan Pace leading the way in tackles. Quinnen Williams in TFLs with 19. Aiden Hutchinson right behind him with 13. And Quinnen Williams in sacks with 12.5. Aiden Hutchinson with 8. Sauce Gardner leading the way with 4 interceptions. McCauley still has 3. DJ Reed with 2. Joseph Walton with 2. Leo Chenal, Ivan Pace, and Will Carmichael all with 1. One pick 6 from Joseph Walton. Now we finished the year 12-5. We got to hop in, see if we can take down these Indianapolis Colts. We're a 93 overall team. We have 10 overall on them, so this should not be a close game. All right, we're going to go to the end of the game, see if we can take down this Indianapolis team in Indianapolis, as they are on the board first, but we do get 3. Offense needs to, this Indy team is insane. All right, 17-14. We have the lead, 24-14. Let's keep it up, offense. 31-17, 31-24, 38-24, 38-31. We do get the win and take down the Indianapolis Colts. And Teddy Howard, 367, 4 touchdowns. Breece Hall, 10 attempts for 34 yards. Receiving Aaron Mitchell, 116 and a touchdown. Cornell Sellers, 81 and 2 touchdowns. And Breece Hall with 53 and a touchdown of his own. Defensively, DJ Reed leading the team in tackles. A lot of TFLs kind of passed around. No sacks, no interceptions. Well, these 9-8 Broncos are an 83 overall. Let's hop in. We shouldn't have an issue beating this team either. 83. They have an 80 overall defense. We have a 95 overall offense. All right, let's go to the end of the game, as Denver is on the board first, but we do answer back. They score quick again. 14-14. Can our defense get it together? It doesn't look promising, but it is 28-24. We have the lead. 35-24, 32-35, 42-32. That should do it, as we will take down the Denver Broncos in a high-scoring matchup. They put up that many points. Bo Nix didn't throw for a single touchdown. Must have had insane... Yeah, Javonte Williams. Holy crap. All right, Teddy Howard, 410 and 5 touchdowns. Rushing, Breece Hall with a touchdown of his own. Receiving, Cornell Sellers, 117, 2 touchdowns. Javier Waters, 109 and a touchdown. Garrett Wilson with 82 and 2 touchdowns. Sauce Gardner leading the team in tackles. 3 TFLs spread throughout. 2 sacks, 1.5 from Quinnen Williams, and a half sack for Austin Flowers. No interceptions. And looky here, it is the Chiefs. We're going to hop in against this Chiefs team. We beat them last year. Let's see if we can beat them again this year. There's a new star quarterback in town, and his name's Teddy Howard. All right, let's hop to the end of the game. We'll hop in if we have to, as we are on the board first. They do answer back, though. We cannot be doing this whole not scoring on offense thing that we seem to be doing a lot in these games. All right, we're hopping in here. We're down by 10. With all this time on the clock, though, and we have all 3 timeouts. Dang, okay. That was inaccurate. That was a terrible pass. I did not see that guy over there until the button was pressed. All right, there we go. I was going to try to squeeze out of bounds with them. Oh, he caught that. That was insane. All right, there we go. We're on the board. And we have the ball back. We didn't waste any timeouts. I don't know what happened there. Three minutes left. I kind of want to play this a little slow, if we can. No, we just... That, I don't know about that. This game has some of the weirdest animations. 3rd and 8. Get the first down. Waters. I just want to take as much time off the clock as I can. And we're going to fumble it. All right. He's supposed to be a scrambler type. We can't get that ball off. Sometimes this game is a bit annoying. Just run out of bounds. Stop the clock. Get the first down. Stop the clock. There we go. Pays to have a scrambling quarterback a lot. Even though we have all these weapons that we just can't seem to get the ball all the time. But we do hit Cornell Sellers for a first down with 1:09 left on the clock. And this is what I'm talking about. See, now I kind of want to take it a little slow. Burn some clock, because if we get a touchdown, I feel like I have an open run lane here. For a couple yards. I just want to burn some clock. I'm not trying to score yet. 40 seconds is too much. Gee, why does he get that hit stick animation no matter what? Like, that is not... Madden doesn't know how angles work. All right, done. Get in the end zone. 21 seconds left. Now we can kneel it out. Win the or the AFC championship. I don't know what I'm talking about. And that's game over. All right, back to the Super Bowl for year 5. And we have to play a 9-8 New Orleans Saints team. Before we get to that, we're going to check out the yearly awards. Teddy Howard in second for MVP again under Patrick Mahomes. Coach of the Year going to Patrick Bailey. We are at number 3. Offensive Player of the Year going to Patrick Mahomes. He's really at 3 with 50 touchdowns. Defensive Player of the Year, Quinnen Williams at 2. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Spiller at 3. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Carmichael at 9. Best Quarterback, Howard at 2. Best Running Back, Breece Hall at 9. Best Wide Receiver, Mitchell at 4 and Garrett Wilson at 9. Best Offensive Lineman, AVT at 7. Best Defensive Lineman goes to Quinnen Williams. Best Linebacker, we are not on the list. Best Defensive Back, Sauce Gardner is at 6. Best Kicker, not on the list. Let's take a look and see if we got any awesome new dev traits to show out in this Super Bowl. Howard going up to Superstar X Factor. Mitchell going up to Superstar X Factor. And Sellers all going up to Superstar X Factor. Defensively, did we get any? It swapped those guys. Flowers is a Superstar Dev player. We did not check our dev traits. And Carmichael is a star dev already at the same overall that Michael Carter was. So our defense looks really good. Our offense looks really good. We shouldn't have a problem beating this Saints team. We have a large overall jump on them. That is not what I want to do. Let's play this Super Bowl. Let's go to the end of the game. The Saints are on the board first, but we do answer back 7-7. Can we answer again? 14-7. We take the lead. 21-7. Let's keep our foot on the gas. We don't. 21-13, 24-13, 24-16. And that will do it as the New York Jets win the Super Bowl. All right, Teddy Howard in the Super Bowl. 271, 3 touchdowns, an interception. Rushing, Breece Hall, 70 rushing yards. Garrett Wilson, 84 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. Aaron Mitchell was 62 and 1. Defensively, Ivan Pace leading the way in tackles. Aiden Hutchinson and DJ Reed with the TFL. Aiden Hutchinson, 2.5 sacks. Quentin Williams with 1.5. Austin Flowers with 1. 0 interceptions for us. All right, the season recap. Let's see Teddy Howard winning the Super Bowl MVP as we knew we figured he would anyway. I was a little curious with the interception. Now, let's take one last look at this team before we get out of here. Teddy Howard, superstar X Factor, playing up to a 99, a 95 true overall. We have 3 really good receivers. Still have Breece Hall. Fashanu is playing up to a 90. We got a lot of good offensive linemen now. Cornell Sellers, a 90, true 90 overall. Aaron Mitchell, a true 90 overall. Defensively, we have 2 99 overall players and a 97 overall player in Quentin Williams. Austin Flowers lost his depth trait. If we were playing another year, I'd give it back to him. Don't care. You just wouldn't go all the way down like that after a rookie year where you're behind Quentin Williams. It's just not going to happen. McCauley up to an 85. Leo Chenal up to a 92. Ivan Pace developed fantastically, playing up to an 87. Tim McNeil still got some work, still could improve at that right outside linebacker spot, but not going to complain too much. Walton at the free safety spot. This team looks really, really good, other than the fact DJ Reed is starting to regress a lot. Really good team, though. If you could figure out working out the cap situations and paying Teddy Howard, you could probably squeeze in one more Super Bowl with a team like this. But that is going to do it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and let me know down in the comments if there are any teams that you want to see me rebuild. Until then, we'll see you next time.